Hi, I'm Jeff, and I have a tip for you. Oftentimes, people will use a data cube and the warehousing capability in Dundas BI to greatly improve performance. Let me give you an example. So I have an Excel file here, which has a mere 50,000 records. Now, from a database perspective, 50,000 records is nothing, but Excel is not a very fast data source when you're doing a direct read. So watch what happens. Let's just drag a field in and request all the elements. This is going to take a long time to load. Now, in parallel, let's go to a data cube that's warehoused the same data. So if I open that up and I just find that same field and drag it in, you can see that it's basically coming back instantly. That's the difference between warehouse and non-warehouse when a data source isn't optimized. Now here's the problem. A lot of people will build these and still see the performance that they're getting on the left. Now why is that? It's all about check in and check out. If you have content that's checked in, basically all users will see the latest checked in version. But I'm a developer here. I can check out my data cube and start making changes to it. The problem is, if I check it out, it's actually not going to give me the performance from that warehouse. It's going to assume that maybe I'm doing something to it, I'm adding operations, I'm doing some testing, making changes. So it's actually not using the warehouse at all. It's going to bypass it. So what people will see on the dashboard is something like this. So there's my two options. One's loading on the left, one's loading on the right. But notice how this one's taking a long time now. The only difference is I checked out that data cube. Keep it checked in and it'll use the warehouse. So the biggest thing is check in these objects. Make sure you've solidified the data cube first before you start working on it as a developer, especially if it's going to be a slow data source. It's definitely worth it. The other thing is I notice a lot of people will click in the data cube. So here's an example. Let's check it in. Tell it to start building that warehouse. Say, okay, set up a schedule if you want. Now, you notice how the screen has gone gray. This is good. This means that the data cube is checked in. But if I click, it's automatically going to check it out for me because I clicked to imply that I want to make some changes to it. So once you've checked it in, leave the screen, leave it checked in. It'll really help you. Hope this helps.